Good morning. Hello all. I am Riddhi Shah as a cloud consultant from cloud.in. And with me, I have my teammate Siddhi Belare. Thank you all for joining the today's webinar on unlocking real-time streaming insights with Amazon Kinesis. In this webinar, we all explore how you can leverage AWS native tools for real-time data processing on AWS. So now let's dive right and start with an overview of real-time streaming insights with Amazon Kinesis. So before starting the session, we all like to mention a few points. All attendees are muted by default and cannot be unmuted during a session. We will have a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. And if in case you have any questions in between the session, then you can please raise the electronic hand to grab speaker's attention or ask a question through the question section. So let's start with the first slide. So I would like to take a few minutes to present a preview of cloud.in. So cloud.in is the brand name and Hosting Services Private Limited is the legal name by which we carry forward our business. So coming to our progression, we've started as a domain registrar and gradually moved up to today. We talk about providing cloud. We have garnered 200 plus customers and managed and have been able to manage 200 plus live workloads for our customers. We are an advanced we are an advanced consulting partner of AWS, having achieved various competencies around the services and also reselling and billing partner of AWS, GCP, and Azure. These are the areas where we have been providing most of our services when it comes to gamut of customers that we have served till date and have current relationship with. So our solutions include implementation and migration, reselling and billing, cloud consulting and advisory, then cost optimization, resource augmentation, and also generative AI. With let's come to today's agenda. Uh, all right, let's start by so the agenda of today's session is what is Amazon Kinesis, its core components of Kinesis, Kinesis data streams and deep dive, understanding how sharding, scaling, and retention will help us, and also some real-time use cases. So let's move forward. Okay, all right. So let's start by answering the big question. What exactly is Amazon Kinesis? So, like think of Kinesis as the backbone of real-time data processing on AWS. So in traditional data systems, you typically wait for the data to be collected, stored, and then processed in batches, right? But in today's world, waiting isn't always an option. So imagine if you're trying to detect fraud on the banking app. So you can't afford to analyze that data an hour later, right? So you need to respond in seconds. That's where Kinesis comes in. So it is a fully managed service, which means AWS takes care of heavy lifting things like scaling, patching, and infrastructure. So we can focus on building solutions. So with Kinesis, you can collect, process, and analyze data as it arrives, literally in real time. So you must be thinking that what kind of data we can go with. So pretty much anything user clicks on a website, then logs from applications, financial transactions, sensor data from an IoT device, or video feeds, you just name it. So it especially great for applications in web analytics, gaming, connected devices, and more. So now let's talk the benefits of AWS Kinesis. So the first benefit we have here is low latency. So we're talking milliseconds of ingestion processing. The next example we have is serverless options, reduce operational overhead. So it's serverless, which makes operations very much easier. The next benefit we have here is it scales automatically, which is awesome if you are dealing with unpredictable workloads. And it's secure, also highly durable, so it replicates data across multiple availability zones. So that's the big picture. Kinesis helps us go from raw streaming data to insights in seconds. So let's come the core concepts of Kinesis. Now that we've got a general idea of what Kinesis is and why it's useful, so let's now dive into the core concepts. So Kinesis just isn't one thing, it's a suite of four related services and each designed for different types of real-time workloads. Starting with first, we have Kinesis data streams. So this is probably what most people think of when they hear Kinesis. So it's designed to handle raw streaming data at scale. You set up a stream, your applications or data send data to it, and then you build customers that read and process the data in near real time. It's super flexible and powerful as well. So your foundation of real-time data processing and your even your custom applications can consume and process data directly. So coming to the next, Kinesis Data Firehose. So now this is more of a plug and play solution. So if you don't need a fine-tuned control and just want to dump data in a destination like S3 or Redshift, then this is the easiest way to do it. So it can even transform the data in flight using Lambda, very useful for analytics pipelines. And also it supports data transformation using Lambda. So coming to the next point, which is Kinesis data analytics. So this is one of my favorites. Now it lets you run SQL queries on streaming data, which is an awesome because you don't need to write any code. You just can write the SQL statements and you can filter, join and aggregate your data in motion. So it is great for monitoring, alerting, and dashboards as well. So let's move forward with the Kinesis video stream. So this is a bit more niche but powerful if you're dealing with video or audio feeds. You can stream, store, and analyze media data, which is really useful in surveillance, telemedicine, or even live streaming scenarios. So each one of these tools plays a different role, and you can mix and match them based on what your use case needs. So moving forward with the next slide, the Kinesis data streams and deep dive. So let's take a closer look at Kinesis data streams since it's a foundation of real-time data on AWS. So imagine you're running a large e-commerce site and thousands of users are clicking on items, then adding to cart, and then also checking out, making payments. So these are the events that you might want to track in real time, right? So each event, each click, each purchase gets sent into Kinesis stream. Now the stream is made up of shards. Think of a shard like a conveyor belt. It handles the limited amount of data at once. If you have more traffic, you add more shards. That's how you scale. Then producers like your app, your website, or your backend system sends data into the stream. Then we have customers. So, these are services or applications that read from the stream and do something with the data. Maybe they save it to the database, maybe they trigger an alert, or maybe they feed it into the machine learning model. So, Kinesis supports features like enhanced fan out, which means multiple customers can read the same data in parallel without affecting each other. So that's a big deal for performance, and it also supports at least once delivery, which means your data is durable, and even if something goes wrong, you can recover it. And with also CloudWatch, you can monitor the health and throughput of your stream. So Kinesis data stream is really about flexibility and power. It also gives you the building blocks to create your own custom stream architecture. Moving forward with the next slide, here we understand the sharding, scaling, and retention. So let's talk about three very practical things that you'll need to understand if you're going to use Kinesis efficiently. The first one is sharding. So a shard is the smallest unit of data processing in Kinesis. So each one gives you 1 MB per second of write throughput, 2 MB per second of read throughput, and can handle up to 1000 records per second. So if you need more capacity, you just add more shards to your stream. It's linear scaling. You decide how your records are distributed across shards using something called a partition key. So this helps Kinesis determine which shard each piece of data should go to. Now, second comes the scaling. You can scale manually using AWS Console or CLI by splitting and merging shards. If your app grows, split the shards to handle more traffic. If it shrinks, merge them back to save the cost. So you can also automate this. For example, you can use CloudWatch alarms to uh, monitor your matrix like incoming bytes or iterator age, and trigger a Lambda function that resizes the stream accordingly. And then next comes finally the retention. So by default, Kinesis keeps your data for 24 hours. So that's plenty for many real-time use cases. But if you need to replay data later, maybe by debugging or compliance, you can extend that window to 7 days or even 365 days. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, and also, yes, the data is stored across multiple availability zones. So even if there's an outage in one zone, your data is still safe and accessible in another availability zone. So sharding controls throughput, scaling lets you adapt to your traffic, and retention controls how long you keep your data. So, mastering these gives you a lot of control and confidence when building Kinesis pipelines. So, Amazon Kinesis gives you the ability to process and react to data as it arrives in real time. So, whether you're monitoring live systems, powering a recommendation engine, then building a real-time dashboard, or just trying to make your app smarter or faster, so then Kinesis can help you do that at a scale, and it's also flexible, scalable, and fully managed. So you can deep and build highly customized solutions, or just keep it simple using Firehose or SQL with Kinesis Data Analytics. Now I'd like to hand it over to my team member Siddhi, which will take you through the deep dive of Amazon Kinesis and also share some real-time use cases. Over to you, Siddhi.
Yeah, thank you, Riddhi. It was very insightful. Okay, so let's start with why real-time streaming matters. So basically, so far you have learned that what is Amazon Kinesis and what are the core components of that. So let's take a deep dive into why real streaming matters. Let's take a moment like to understand this term. It is critical in today's digital landscape and how it fundamentally differs from traditional batch processing. So traditional batch processing, where data is collected and like stored and processed at set of intervals. So often introduces a significant lag between when the event happens and when the action is taken. So this delay can be anywhere from hours to even days. So in today's time paced digital environments, such delays are can be very costly. So let me give you a few examples of what this means in real world. Imagine a financial transaction that looks suspicious. So with batch processing, that fraud might not be detected until hours later, long after the damage is done. Or take a e-commerce company. If a customer is browsing a product and your system can't respond in real time with personalized recommendations, so you have likely missed that window of opportunity. This is where the Amazon Kinesis and real-time streaming shines. So, with Kinesis, you're ingesting, analyzing, and acting on the data within milliseconds. So, enabling powerful use cases like instant fraud detection for the financial institutions can identify and block these malicious activities as they occur and not after the fact. So, live person and also the live personalization. So with streaming behavioral data helps tailor content and also it offers for more users in real time and it significantly increases engagement. So, second most important benefit of Amazon Kinesis stream, I would like to say, it is used for operational monitoring. So, like systems teams can detect anomalies or outage and respond proactively before users are even impacted. So, these capabilities aren't just theoretical. Customers using real-time data streaming have seen, up to 80% faster response to business events, which means problems are solved quicker and also the opportunities are seized sooner. Also higher engagement and conversion rates, because users are served relevant, timely content and resonates. So the bottom line in this is like real time isn't just faster, it is also smarter and more adaptive, and the more customer focused has been done while using Amazon Kinesis, rather than just worrying for, if worrying if anyone is attacking or detecting fraud in the system. So next, we can look into data firehose and data analytics. So data firehose is the easiest way to reliably, load or to stream the data into data lakes and analytics tools. So what makes firehose really powerful is it is fully managed, and it is also serverless in nature, and you don't need to worry about provisioning or scaling in this service. So it automatically adjusts to match the incoming traffic. So the firehose also give the benefits of auto scaling. So auto scaling delivery stream, whether you're ingesting KB or TB per hour, firehose adapts in real time and without any manual intervention needed. Also, the next benefit is destinations. You can send your streaming data to various services like S3 or Redshift or OpenSearch or Splunk for the real-time operational insights. Next benefit is optional Lambda function for data transformation. So, before Firehose delivers data to the destination, and you can transform it on the fly using AWS Lambda, whether it's format conversion or masking sensitive fields. This step in Amazon Kinesis, Firehose ensures your data is analysis and ready. So Firehose, it also supports compressions like zip or encryptions with KMS keys, and also batching, which helps optimize performance and reduce storage and compute cost downstreams. So these all were the benefits of Amazon Kinesis Firehose. Next is data analytics. So data analytics tool is the service that allows you to analyze your streaming data in real time using standard SQL without having to learn new programming languages or complex frameworks. With data analytics, you can write SQL queries to continuously analyze data as it arrives in the stream. You can also use the data analytics to generate real-time metrics and identify patterns or apply filters dynamically. You can get a perfect for dashboards or triggering alerts. Next is join with the reference data. So join with reference data like lookup tables for S3 or DynamoDB. This lets you contextualize and contextualize the streaming data with historical or a static data. So finally, the output of your analytics job can be sent to either Firehose to deliver the downstream systems or back to Kinesis data streams for further real-time processing or ML interference. So, in short, what is a firehose? Like, firehose handles the heavy lifting of delivery. And what does data analytics do? It adds the intelligence layer to extract immediate and actionable insights from your data stream. So Firehose with analytics service, it goes very well. Like you can use if you have an e-commerce website or e-commerce company. So using Amazon Kinesis service for your company would be very helpful, and it will help you in many ways, like to stream your real-time data or to detect any malicious activities, or you can query the uh, data and get whatever you want. So next is our real-time use case. So this, let's look at a compiling, real-world use case of how Amazon Kinesis is, enabling real-time and scalable insights in cyber security industry. So this use case is of VMware. VMware, a Carbon Black, which is a global leader in endpoint protection, and also it is events daily. So they faced a significant challenge where their initial solution required a dedicated workflow and a infrastructure per customer, which lead to high operational cost and poor scalability, especially when smaller customer usage increase. So to address this, they transitioned to Amazon Kinesis data streams, which gave them a serverless and a multi-tenant architecture, which was capable of handling the real-time data for over like 8 million endpoints globally. So by using this service, Amazon Kinesis data stream, they are now ingesting and processing over like 1 petabyte of streaming data daily. And also, like they are responding to customer traffic spikes daily, and with very less manual intervention because the service is managed. And because of this, it is also eliminating unnecessary infrastructure by playing only what they use. A massive cost saver, you can say, Kinesis was. And also, this architecture routes each customer's data stream separately, which also means that if one customer sends a huge burst of data, it doesn't impact the rest. It's smart use of partitioning and sharding in Kinesis. And it's not just about injection. They also, they paired Kinesis with Amazon S3 to store up to like 30 days of searchable events data per customer. So regardless of volume, this shift improved their query performance, and also they allowed them to build faster, smarter, and security analytics tool on top of this foundation. So what makes more impressive is that they migrated all their customers, include the larger ones and the smaller ones, without disruptions. The result, the result was real-time visibility, scalable search, and also a better customer satisfaction. Also, and as one of their engineers put it in, it said that when individual customers' data increases or decreases, we can use the elasticity of Amazon Kinesis data streams, like to scale compute up or down to process data reliably while effectively managing our cost. So VMware Carbon Black is a great example of how you can use AWS Kinesis data streams or data firehose or data analytics. Not just for real-time screening, but as the backbone for scalable and cost efficiency for customer focus on architecture. So these were all use case or benefits or power of Amazon Kinesis, where you can use this service as per your use case or as per your usage. So that's all for today. Let's move for the questions if anyone has.
Wow, what an incredible session, Siddhi. I hope uh, we all are energized by the transformative idea of what Kinesis is and how we can get real time insights, especially as we look ahead to exciting possibilities of data management in 2025. Thank you all for joining us today. We are looking forward to connecting with you further and helping you unlock the full potential of AWS services. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any further questions. You can email us at sales@cloud.in. And additionally, we would like to get your feedback on the session to improve the experience. So request to share your feedback through the link shared in the chat box. So I guess there are no questions so far. So we can conclude today's session. Thank you all for your precious time.